All right. Now we're going live. Going live. And we are live. It's almost like I'm almost never sure because it's like there's a blank screen and then the time starts like a couple times. But now I'm sure we're live. So, what's up, everybody? We've got the 5 of us here. I cut myself shaving right here yesterday. And you ever just cut yourself shaving and it just won't stop bleeding? It's like, how is there this much blood coming from my face right now from this tiny little cut?
I use an electric razor, and I've never once used any other type of razor.
Well, here, maybe I should go with that. I can't get a razor that shaves close enough to my face. I don't know. Anyways, what's up, 3ST? And Ronald, what's up? I recently beat Popful Mail for Sega CD. Sega CD, there's something.
It sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember that game.
And Veronica Castillo joining us early, the mom of the podcast, David's mom. Hello. Guys, that
game.
I don't know if it's like big news of the week. For Nintendo wise, there just hasn't been like a lot of news. I don't think so, but Fortnite though. Who plays Fortnite? Anybody?
Not anymore.
Were you anybody big into it at one point?
I was a little bit.
What, Bandana?
I played around with it, but I was never like big into it.
Yeah, I could get second place, but that's only like because I just wouldn't fight anybody because whenever I engaged, I was pretty much dead. Anyways, they're doing something called, not called, they're just getting like bounty hunters from other series into it. You know, skins.
They got Mandalorian, we got God of War. I think God of War is number one stupid.
This came off a huge Marvel event.
You think God of War is stupid, or the fact that they got God of War?
I love God of War. The fact that God of War is now a skin in Fortnite is beyond dumb to me.
Why?
That would be like putting porn stars in Disney films.
Well,
think about it. Look at God of War and look at the market that goes after Fortnite.
Well, yeah, but you got to think that that the PlayStation developers would want that market, who is Fortnite, to eventually grow into a mature game like God of War. And there are a lot of people, just because we think of it as like a tweener game, it's still a lot of people who play Fortnite that are adults.
A lot of demos.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of different celebrities tweeting out about it.
I think a lot of like in like these Facebook groups, I think a lot of people like make fun of Fortnite, or they won't say they play Fortnite. I think a lot of people are like closet Fortniters.
Well, on the subject of the material and the material, like one and the other, 80s kids, Ken will probably remember all this. There was a lot of toys in the aisles of Toys R Us based off of R-rated movies. You got your RoboCop toys, you had your Alien toys, you had all these toys that were based off of R-rated movies and franchises. So to me, it doesn't seem that weird that Kratos was added. But
that
yes,
from
today's perspective, yes, it does look a little weird.
This is also a game where we're shooting people with automatic guns.
Okay, but it's not like that type of game, though. It's not bloody. It's not like dismemberment. A God of War is that. Like,
yeah, I guess if like, because I do know, like, my kids don't play Fortnite, but I do know like 6 and 8-year-olds who do. So it's like would they, like, I guess like they might be like, well, who's that? I'll go play him. Mommy,
we're not getting Kratos doing dances, are we?
Yes, we are.
No,
I've seen it.
He's
gonna floss.
He does the boy.
I mean, well, he's a very cartoon version of Kratos as well. Like, he's very much in the Fortnite style.
The thing that got it though was because the Mandalorian is in it and Kratos. I guess this is a hunter theme. Is Kratos a hunter? Is that what he is?
technically speaking, in the
Okay,
newest
kinda.
game, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay. And then so it got Samus trending because she's a bounty hunter. So that was the big thing that people were like, are we gonna get Kratos and Master Chief and
Master Chief is already actually rumored. Master Chief is actually coming to the
Samus would be so cool, dude.
So to have three characters represented from the big three console developers, people were just like, that was like, it got trending. And
dude, I would actually say, well, I mean, there is Deadpool in the comics, but I mean, they have Deadpool in Fortnite, and his movies are not kid friendly.
John Wick was in Fortnite.
Yeah, John Wick too. John Wick.
All right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of little off.
I mean, like definitely if like a maybe what's the target demographic here? I mean, like 10-year-olds. I want to say.
Well,
like if a 10-year-old picks up God of War 2018 for the PS4, and then the opening see Kratos is just ripping things apart. I don't know.
That's the thing that I'm trying to get at, because we live in a country full of morons. These moms and dads will see them playing that, and the kid will go, "Hey, I like this game. Can we get the game that this character was from?" And then they're not going to pay attention, and it's just going to be this massive outcry of, "Oh my god!"
Well, let's see. If there's a massive outcry, Devin predicted it right here, right now, 7:06 or 8:06.
No, but can you at least see what I'm saying?
It
might not be like an absolute epidemic, but there's going to be some dumbasses out there that are going to do this.
Would it be like Mortal Kombat
anyway?
What?
They were going to be dumbasses anyway. Like,
yeah, let people be people.
Would it be Mortal Kombat all over again in the 90s, where like Nintendo versus Sega, right? Where it's like no blood, and how like parents, I guess, freaked out at the time. I was really young when that happened.
They also said that Night Trap was never going to show up on a Nintendo console, and look at where we are now. So,
you ever look into the story of Night Trap? Speaking of Sega CD that Ronald was talking about
earlier, so dumb.
It's so like they had to rework it so many times. I was like, they could have vampires, but they couldn't sink their teeth into them, and they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. Look up the history of Night Trap. It's actually very hilarious.
The SWAT team group in that game, the fact that they were acronymed SCAT was the funniest thing in my life.
What did you say, Bandana?
No one would know that game if the Senate had not made a big deal about it.
Oh yeah, nobody would know that game. Well, you know what though? I did actually play that game before it got big, just by accident. It was not a game that I was like, I saw the cover and I was like, sweet. My friend loaned me a Sega Genesis. It had a Sega CD, and I think that game just happened to be in Blockbuster.
And the PS4 one right here.
It was like the only one, and the only game I could rent, so I just rented it, and I actually liked the game play back then. Now I recognize it.
I love campy stuff like that. I've never played it. I still have a sealed copy sitting in my box for the Switch. I just never tried it yet.
Well, I mean, you're thinking. I'm thinking think back to 10-year-old me though. I didn't recognize it as campy or not campy. I just recognized it as a game with game mechanics, just figure it out and play it, and so it was like I genuinely liked it, and then when the whole controversy came out around Night Trap and Mortal Kombat, I only actually heard of the Mortal Kombat stuff, but my parents didn't care. They didn't care one way or another. They didn't even have an opinion on it. They were just like,
no, my brother got a copy for the Game Gear.
Yeah,
when it came out.
I just we had Super Nintendo, so I got the Super Nintendo version.
So can we move on to the Iwata thing?
Sure, let's do it.
Well,
go on.
I just wanted to bring that up. It was Iwata's birthday today, and just wanted to bring that up to kind of pay respects to him.
Happy birthday, Iwata. Okay, in your words, Devin, who is Iwata? Not everybody knows.
Well, he was the president of Nintendo, correct? I honestly don't really remember at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, it was his birthday, but it was also the passing of another great person in game history.
Who?
That I didn't know.
It was also the day that Ralph Baer passed away.
Oh,
I don't
Damn.
know who he is.
Damn.
You've played Simon, right?
Castlevania?
No.
Simon,
He-
like the
Simon-
red
Simon-
light?
Oh,
Oh my
Yeah. God, okay.
he invented that.
okay, you're going old school.
That's crazy. Okay.
Well, he also did the Magnavox Odyssey.
Oh wow.
Yeah, as well as let me find real quick because his birthday is the same as mine. Like he contributed to the designs of Simon, but he also did the Magnavox Odyssey and he did what was called the Brown Box. It was this box he created, I think at where did he make it? I think it was MIT. But no, he's considered the grandfather of gaming.
Because he made Simon.
And the brown box,
And his work.
which then became pretty much the Odyssey. Like if you click on brown box on his Wikipedia page, the Magnavox Odyssey pops up.
Well, I don't know. I watched this documentary on Netflix. You can never tell when it's a documentary on Netflix because it's Netflix and whatever. But I heard they basically said that a couple, I think, MIT guys started the whole video games.
Yeah,
and stuff.
they came out with the first vector screen game.
Mhm.
They were actually trying to do miniature train stuff. And
Oh, yeah?
ended up realizing they could they could develop a user interface and play a game on the computer. I forgot exactly all their names.
Next, what he just said. Has anybody played the Vectrix before? It's just randomly popped in my
I
head.
got the chance to, but wasn't able to. Somebody my
ended up playing
my
that
wife
out of-
knows had one. I was going to have the opportunity to buy it from her when she was going to sell it.
That's pretty
She's
rare.
passed away, and I don't know where the system is anymore. I had a chance to play one at Classic Gaming Expo, but I was just too busy to play it. They had I don't remember what game they had on it, but yeah, I've had the opportunities to play it.
I mean, yeah, there was just a random thing popped in my head. It's a really interesting system. I played it once. All right.
David,
Hey,
what are you doing?
just hanging out, man.
Talk to me, David.
I played a little bit of Age of Calamity this morning.
Oh yeah.
It's so it's like my first official Warriors game. I mean, I played it back when my cousin had it on the PS2. I think it was 4 or 5. And I understood like right away. I was like, this is a specific type of. I don't even know how to describe it. Like on railsy, like in an arena type setting, right? Just the way a Warriors game kind of is. It's like fixed in a way. And so coming into this, I was like, am I going to get bored with this? Right? Like, is it going to hinder me too much to be, because Breath of the Wild was like, how they describe it in the developer diary. It's like, if you see something, you can go there. And so I was like, what, can I do that here? Not necessarily. You can traverse in an area. And I think areas unlock kind of like in Breath of the Wild as towers rise, or as you go up to the tower and you activate it, more is uncovered. So I've been playing, and it's a lot of fun. I can already see potential for characters like crazy combos and weapon implementation. Also, you don't have to play as Link the entire time. Like I was playing as Impa for 75-80% of my gameplay this morning because she's so much fun to play as. So I think as characters become unlocked or introduced into the storyline, I'm excited to try them. I'm excited that enemies still appear on screen and you can take their weapons, like Wizrobes. They're my favorite enemy in Breath of the Wild. I love because they remind me of like really silly Pose in a way, where they just kind of like
first when I came across a Wizrobe for like.
I thought it was a Poe when I first came across it. I was like, that kind of looks like a Poe. Huh? Sorry.
I kind of did too. I thought it was a Poe.
Yeah, because it's hooded and it has like a weird creepy smile and it just kind of like walks on air. It just has this very, it just kind of frolics and I love the way it's animated and also how there are different ones. Like there's an ice one, there's a fire one, and I think there's a meteor one which is similar to fire, but it like actually rains down meteors and it's a little bit more hectic when you come across those. Anyway, I'm getting away from my original point. It's a lot of fun. I really loved what I played this morning, and I kind of want to play a little bit more. I'm gonna try handheld though. I gotta say the frame rate's kind of rough in some areas, which kind of like also wants me. I want to tangent into the idea of a Switch Pro model, and if it would solve those things. It was a little bit rough, but I'm gonna try handheld because I hear it runs better in handheld mode. I don't know if you guys played it.
I only played the demo so far. I bought it. I just didn't open it yet.
I haven't opened it. I'm still savoring it because I just know that there's nothing much to keep me. I don't know. It's weird. I just like having a Zelda game that I haven't played, like just there, just so I just know there's something to come home to.
And so, what will you do if we get to the Game Awards that are coming up and there actually is some Breath of the Wild 2 content?
I'd probably just like have to go wash my clothes because I crap my pants. This
I'm still on the fact that like there's the potential of Silent Hills making a comeback. Like I need that game.
Well, Xbox I think said they're doing something big. And I know Reggie Fils-Aimé, that's how you say it, right?
Yeah,
he's gonna be there, even though he's no longer with Nintendo. People also associate him with Nintendo. But yeah, like I just don't know, like out of Nintendo's like cast of characters, who would be the person to like, hey guys, I'm now the face of Nintendo. Look at this. I mean, I guess Bowser could, but
you got to remember, Reggie was for the last year's Game Awards. Reggie was also no longer president.
Yeah,
Doug Bowser took over.
No, I think he wasn't. He didn't
so
come up last year.
Reggie came out and presented with Phil Spencer and
yeah, then he still was president. I remember because he was like the three of them came out. The heads of the New York families came out and said, gaming is for everybody. And then like a month later, Fils-Aimé like quit.
So when we went to E3 2019 and you met Doug Bowser, what was that about? What was that hype about?
Bowser was in the company. I mean, he was the heir apparent.
Yeah,
but
he was. But no, like December is the Game Awards. So like
you shook Doug Bowser's hand. I don't know if everybody knows here, but you shook Doug Bowser's hand.
This hand right here.
2019, and you said, "Congratulations, sir. Best of luck."
Yeah, I was like, I knew like he was like he had a bodyguard. he was beelining somewhere. Yeah, I knew. I was like, if I want to be able to even do something, I'm gonna have to do it quick and like get out of there as quick as possible because there's no way this guy's stopping for a conversation. And if I'm lucky, I'll get the handshake. So I just kind of
February 21st, 2019, it was announced that Doug Bowser would be succeeding Reggie as the president and COO of Nintendo of America, and the Reggie's last day was April 15th, 2019.
All right, so the 2019 there was a Game Awards that Reggie wasn't a part of, and there wasn't any.
He was there. I want to say he was there.
I mean, it's like the Oscars. I mean, it's still something he votes in, and he's still a respected professional.
Oh yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like I don't remember him. Like what his I don't remember him there. So I guess I'm just assuming that he wasn't like. If he's not in my memories, then it must not have happened.
I don't even remember last year's awards.
Me and Dev watched it, and then we streamed it, and that was like 3 hours of. I don't know. Was it good or bad? I can't remember.
Oh, it was amusing. It was like I didn't realize it was going to be so bloody long.
It was.
Do you remember like the first years that they were doing video game awards? What was it like around like 2003, 2004? I think it was G4 that
Yeah.
had them.
It was on.
Spike
It
TV
was-
did it. Right?
Yes, it was so cringy. It was like they didn't quite know what they wanted to do
I
in
think,
terms of
I think they're still figuring it out.
yeah, no, yeah, it was like trying to figure out the gamers, trying to figure out the community
Right.
and what would fit on TV, and it just came across. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Almost like talking down to us in a ways.
Well, I mean, it was on broadcast TV, so the whole thing was to make it palatable to as many eyes as they could get on.
Yeah, and it's I think I turned it off that year. I was like, no, I can't watch this.
Yeah, it's gotten better, but it's still kind of like, I mean, for someone like me that's like pure, like almost 85-90% Nintendo, it's just like the video game awards really doesn't interest me. If like, I don't even know, is Animal Crossing nominated? Because I think that's the only thing Nintendo has a chance
It most
at.
likely is.
If Animal Crossing won, I mean, literally that would be like, there's only two awards I would care about, like the Nintendo Game of the Year, and then the final Game of the Year if it's a Nintendo game. And like, I wouldn't even care if like, oh, Animal Crossing got it, okay. You know, even when Breath of the Wild got it, I was just like, well, yeah, damn straight, I should have got it. But in all honesty, I didn't play the other 4 games, so you know, it's just kind of like, you know, it's just kind of there for me. But you guys are more like into the whole gaming as a whole, so I could see it, you know. But
And I still a lot of times haven't played all the games that are nominated for the Game of the Year.
Yeah, I don't either. But
I gotta give it up to Jeff Keighley, who we also met, Ken, and you for some reason you couldn't take a picture of me and him. That was I go back to that day. That was so stressful. But
he made me take pictures of everyone. Oh, look, it's a vendor. Look at he's selling hot dogs. Let's take a picture.
I was like, dude, Jeff Keighley can take a picture, and he readies up his phone, and his phone was like filling up with storage so fast.
Yeah.
And so it was one of that moment with Jeff was the moment where his phone was like crapped out on him. And I think Ken was like, okay, we got it. By the way, am I peaking right now in sound? Does it peak?
No.
Okay. It's like maybe it's just I don't know what's going on.
I think you hit
anyway,
30 next year. That's when you peak.
it's pretty good. Yeah, I gotta give it up to Jeff though, because I know Spike TV times are kind of rough and whatnot. But I think he kind of honed it. He kind of honed it a little bit. There's a lot of work to be done. I want to say 2018 was really good. You know, with Joker being revealed in Smash and a slew of other games that were nominated and won. Last year was good. There was some cool stuff. But
Series X was shown off for the first time.
what was that?
The Series X was shown off for the first time at the Game
Oh,
Awards.
yeah, they did reveal it last year. I remember that now.
Yes,
That
yes.
was the big thing last year.
Yeah.
Godfall, which was the first PS5 game to be shown. And then
Yeah, Godfall, right?
all the good announcements were at the very front of the show. And then they ended with Fast and the Furious.
Fast and Furious, yeah. Fast and Furious. Yeah, I was about to say, man, like
Awkward Fast and the Furious announcement, like
I don't know if it was like Jeff was like maybe Universal, you know, like lobbed him up an easy one and was like, look, we'll give you everything on Fast and Furious, no matter what, even if it looks rough, you can have it for your show. And I felt like he saw that as like low hanging fruit and was like, big franchise, okay, video game, okay, cast coming out to stage, okay, these are all recipes for something good. And it just didn't really stick, man. And I think that Jeff still kind of needs to. I can see his intent. I can see he's trying to appeal to some demographic. I understand, but
And we were talking about Fast and the Furious the other day.
yeah.
Oh, I've never seen a single one of the movies.
The franchise has merit, but that's a different topic, right? But like, just I don't know. He's got to finish things strong with this, with the Game Awards. It has to be something big at the end. Like last year, I think it was or not last year, 2018. I forgot what it was. 2018. It was pretty substantial though.
Joker.
Was it
they
the
did
ga-
Joker
was
in
it-
2018.
I know that was Joker, but then there was
Was it the
something
Game
random.
Awards? Was it the Game Awards or E3 when the surviving Beatles came out on stage for Beatles Rock Band?
I want to say
I don't
E3.
remember, but I do remember that happening. I just don't remember.
Yeah, that was by far, that's the one time during the awards I felt so sad because nobody in the audience was cheering for him.
Oh.
It's the whole place felt like, who are these people? And I was like, come on, guys, it's the Beatles, and nobody's saying anything. No one's clapping. It's like,
That's awkward.
come on. Yeah, I felt really sad.
What would you pick as your game of the year?
Ooh. I don't even know, because I don't even think I've played anything that would be considered a game of the year.
Well, what's Williams
this
game
year?
of the year? It doesn't have to be like I said. I played like
That is a
even
good
know.
question. I think
Smash Bros. Is
the
probably
game
my
I
game of the
probably
year.
put a lot of time into, and it's a couple years old, was that Earth Defense Force 5. I was having a lot of fun with that game. But I'm also trying to think of what I played over the course of this year, because it's been a horrible year.
Yeah,
more
I can't
time to
remember.
play video games.
Well, I work the whole time.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, while some people are out of work and spending the entire year at home, I'm off to work. Which is why I wasn't here last week, like 9 days in a row.
You guys want to speculate? You guys want to speculate a little bit? I don't want to snub anybody out from predictions, but do you guys want to jump into like, not really who's going to win or who's going to lose on Thursday, but what's going to be announced from each respective company? It's got to be some heavy hitters, man. Something from Nintendo is going to come out. It's got to be big.
I don't know if Nintendo's going to do anything.
First announced at the Game Awards.
Yeah, true.
Just
Like 4
looking
years
at that
ago.
link that I sent you guys, I'm definitely they got to reveal something about the Breath of the Wild and possibly even Metroid. I would
That's
think.
a teaser.
It would have to be.
These days. I mean, we've been getting game announcement, 2 months out?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, March seems to be kind of like an optimal time for Nintendo to release goodies to us.
Mhm.
This year it was Animal Crossing. We have Breath of the Wild 2017. What was 2018? We got like
For what?
for like first quarter March ish.
2018. I think
I
it
know
was just
Dark
like
Souls-
Mario U or something.
Yeah, we had like a mini direct or like a little mini direct around that time, and Dark Souls was announced. A Mario Aces was announced. That was 2018. So if something is announced Thursday, it could be slated to be released around that time, first quarter, just to kind of like get us going for 2021. I don't know if it's going to be a major title to be released in March. I feel like that's too early.
I just don't think Nintendo's going to do anything. It's like last year, all they did was they announced Bravely Default 2, wasn't it? Or like they really didn't do anything last year. So why would they do it this year?
I mean, they have in the past, though. I mean, that's kind of it's announced when you have the announcement. I would just say I don't think necessarily last year's precedent necessarily means yay or nay.
Uh-huh.
I think that because of No More Heroes 3 getting kicked back, that they might at least do something with that too. They got to do something with Breath of the Wild, and I would assume that would probably be Nintendo's knockout. I would say, but
all they had to do is like give us 5 seconds of the Breath of the Wild, and it'll trend on Twitter. You know, it's again,
or even a release date. I mean, I'm sure they
win
have
the
some.
day no matter what.
Do you think that it would be so close to Age of Calamity's release?
I think
think
that
that
would just
would-
help the sales, but
I think, yeah, that would be the exact thing that they would do because they got Zelda in people's minds because Age of Calamity just came out, and then they're going to go, here's a little bit more.
But check this
So-
out. You got a Nintendo gamer who's a big Zelda fan. He's got his controller in hand. He's watching the Game Awards in one TV and the other TV. Let's assume he has two TVs for the sake of conversation. One TV he's watching the Game Awards. Other TV he's playing Age of Calamity. And he's watching Breath of the Wild 2 being revealed, gameplay reveal or trailer, whatever. And he's just like, man, or she, they're just like, man, I really want to play this game, but I'm playing Age of Calamity. Okay, whatever. Do you not see that as a scenario in some way?
What
Yeah,
would
but
be the
most of the
problem?
time
That's like a dream scenario, actually.
For
But
you.
most people like us are going to be the ones like, oh, I'm playing this one already, but oh, well, that's coming out. Got to get it. Like, I mean, we're going to buy both anyway. Most of the Nintendo fans are going to do that.
Yeah, I understand like the piggybacking effect, right? It's prominent in all of Nintendo franchises with like Smash and you know, a lot of daisy chaining going on. But I mean, Ken, you're the Zelda expert here.
Yeah.
You're trying to savor, for some reason you're like nibbling at this apple and you're not quite biting it. Why? There has to be a reason why you're hesitant. And it's not because you're like, oh, if I beat this, I'm out of stuff for like 2 years. It's got to be something else.
I literally like having a Zelda game that I can play. Like, it's like when Breath of the Wild was done, no joke. I mean after I played it, like there was an emptiness inside me. I'm not even joking. It was like you ever break up with somebody and your heart just hurts, you know, or I don't know, you this is bad.
Yeah.
You have a dog that dies. It's like you're so happy with all these memories, but you're sad. All right. Beating Breath of the Wild was like an animal dying for me. I was very happy with all the time I had, but I was just like, now what do I do with my life? You know, who am I? And I literally, if I have Age of Calamity, it's like, and I haven't beat it, I have something. Does that make sense? That's what I like. Does it make sense on some level?
No, I get what you mean.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you? So you're kind of like you're definitely just trying to make the stretch it very thin.
Yeah, because I'm afraid that Breath of the Wild is going to be like I thought Breath of the Wild 2 was coming 2020. No joke. I would have put money on it. But now I'm afraid it's coming 2022.
I'm thinking
No
very
way. No
beginning.
that far out. No way.
I think it will be this time. I think it'll be holiday 2021.
Okay,
Yeah, no, look, I don't even think it's going to get to the holiday 2021. because
let's all go through the panel and let's just say the year you think Breath of the Wild, and you can narrow it down to quarter when Breath of the Wild 2 will release. We can start with well, Ken's right in the middle, so we can do Ken, or we can do you at the end.
Actually, I think the perspective is different. I'm not in the middle, but from my end, I would say, for me, I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Christmas holiday release of 2021. But my fear is that it's gonna be 2021, 22.
What quarter?
Yeah, I would just say Christmas again.
Holiday season 2022.
No way,
That is
man.
2 years from now.
That's not even possible.
Dude, we
I'm not
got
laughing
a
at you.
trailer a year
It just
ago.
sounds ridiculous in my head.
Over
'cause
a
it's like,
year ago, we got a trailer.
But
All
look at the
Nintendo has done was said, we're still working on it. Oh, great.
But no,
Awesome.
listen,
You're
Breath
probably
of the
working
Wild
on
went
Zelda
from
Breath of
being-
the Wild 3 still.
Breath of the Wild went from being developed for the Wii U. They took forever, obviously. We all know that story. Coming out for the Switch and the Wii U. They already have the engine. They're not doing anything different when it comes to graphical or anything
You're
like
telling
gameplay.
me Nintendo, the people who made the Wii, is not going to do anything different.
No, they are. You know that. But you know what I'm saying. They're not going to upgrade the graphics. They're not going to change it unless somehow they drop a Switch Pro in our laps already.
Right, but you know this one is going to have dungeons. This one is going to be underground. If it's underground, I mean, one of the things that they loved about Breath of the Wild was the sense of exploration, the sense of finding a Korok, you know, doing all these things. But they can't get that sense of exploration again if it's the same exact world.
That is true. But I'm still saying the engine is generally the hardest part.
Well, I mean, this is going to be like Majora's Mask. I mean, it's graphically, it's going to look exactly like.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If they already have a story point to give us in that trailer, they've got to have more on hand than most Nintendo fans are led to believe.
Okay, Ken. So you say 2022 quarter 4.
Yeah, and this is
That's
coming
your
from a
final
guy
answer.
a year ago was like 2020, no doubt,
Okay.
you're an idiot
Okay.
if you
Okay.
think that Nintendo is showing us stuff.
I think Ken is just protecting his heart so he doesn't get it broken again.
Go with your gut, not your heart, man. Come on. No, okay, Devin's next on my screen.
I'm saying easily Q1 21. Q1 2021.
3
Gotta
months
be.
from now, it's 3-4 months from now is what you're saying to be released.
I would say without a doubt, honestly. Like at
Okay.
this point, without a doubt.
Okay. Bandana, you're next.
I'm going to say I'm between Q2 or Q4 2021.
So summer-ish.
Yeah, I think it will be the end of the fiscal year is March. I think their last big release going into the end of the fiscal year is Super Mario World 3D.
I actually forgot about that. Oh, boy.
So I think that's February. That's a February release. So I think you're looking at either the summer or holiday.
Okay.
Hello, Hunter. Hunter says he likes
If
to
they
eat
have
now.
if Metroid 4 is in the cards for next year, which I would actually expect 2022. You might see.
I'd have to expect that one to be like just before the end of the fiscal year in 2022. So the 2021 fiscal year, so probably around just before the end of March.
So what I'm saying is, if we did see that next year, then I could see Breath of the Wild 2 being up a bit. But I really think Breath of the Wild is your holiday go home.
Hey, Veronica Castillo, $4.99. Thank you so much, mom of the podcast. Appreciate it.
Okay. Will's next.
Yeah, I see we're less than a year away from the game. We're getting it definitely next year.
Okay. What quarter would you say?
Any of them could be like they could, for all we know, they could announce, hey, it's coming out in March.
What if they shadow dropped it? Oh, that's the dream.
That's the thing I don't think
If they were
would do
shadow
No, they're
dropping
not
it,
gonna,
like,
but
They
like,
have
in
to. They have
terms-
to drum up.
would it have to be? Would it be next week, or do you mean like for like the day it's like the next day after the show?
it would
Because if it
break
was something
the
like
internet.
that-
It
Yeah,
would
the
like
internet would
literally break.
If it was something like that, stores, we would already know because stores would have copies.
True.
Places like Walmart and Target, like you'd go into Walmart and you'd see it already on the shelves because they
Thanks,
like
William.
to put stuff out.
Thanks. Santa doesn't.
Because they'd
no,
have to
Santa's
put
not
stuff
real
out on
either.
release day
well.
before the release days.
Can we dive into some other rumors that are apparently coming out about the Game Awards then?
I just want to put my prediction. I'm going to say
Go ahead.
2021 Q4.
So the Christmas release.
We need to look back at the December 6th episode to see who's right.
Yeah, we'll have to come back.
We'll all be wrong.
Three.
We'll all be wrong. 2023.
It'll be the launch title for the new Nintendo
Right.
console, but the last game for the Switch.
Switch U. The first game for the Switch U.
Switch U.
Terribly.
The Switch
And then
Me.
they come out with the new Switch.
Oh, man.
right.
And I don't know, I'd be like, that would hurt if it, they've already set a precedent of just saying, hey, we'll just, and everybody was like, they applauded Nintendo for waiting so long, and I applaud them for waiting so long, but when you're in that wait, you don't like it.
True.
What were you going to say, Devin? What was your thing?
No, I wanted to bring up I was looking up some rumors about what things that could happen at the Game Awards for this year. So, should we talk about that?
Sure.
Well, I see one of them that's saying that's a possibility we'll see an Uncharted movie trailer. I think that would be really neat.
Is it far enough in production that we'd see one?
I
I
mean,
don't know,
what's his
some
name?
people- a lot
What's
of
his name
people are
already
seeing-
spoiled like with some pictures and stuff. Tom Holland.
Yeah, but he's kind
Those
of.
were officially
Tom
released.
Holland is really bad at that. He did something with the Marvel Universe too.
Well, I think that's his thing now. I think they give him more info to leak it. Not
Yeah,
that he didn't do it to begin with. I mean, in the beginning it was accidents.
But yeah, it's a running joke. Like when they announced Far From Home, they hadn't announced the title yet. And he's like, "Yeah, I've got the Spider-Man script right here." They had the title, like, and they were like clearly pointing that, like,
Dude,
this is how we make this joke.
Mark Ruffalo is probably the worst in terms of keeping
Oh
things.
yeah,
Is he the
Yeah.
Hulk? Is that the Hulk?
Yeah, yeah. They interviewed him.
That's my
One right
secret.
before
I'm
the
always
interview.
spoiling.
They're like, "What happens?" And he's like, "I think blank, blank,
This time
blank."
everybody dies, and we're like,
Okay.
and then Don Cheadle's like, "Shut up."
You know, you're talking about. You said something about the Uncharted thing, and that would be an excellent spot to release it. Have you guys seen trailers for the Monster Hunter movie?
No.
And I've seen the controversy.
I've seen
I don't know what the
It's
controversy. I heard. I saw like a headline, and I'm not even gonna dive into that because I don't know enough about it. But like, just the trailer for Monster Hunter is hilarious
because it's bad, or
because
what?
it's set in the modern world with like, with modern like, with like a modern military squad.
It's set. They go into another another world. So it's the
Super
people
Mario.
from our world go into the world that's basically Monster Hunter. So they're the only ones that have the current today's weapons.
Super Mario movie then.
So, sorta. I mean, it is for like. So what the trailer has shown is like the first shots. There's actually an international trailer where it looks a lot like the game.
Yeah. What's funny is I showed my wife that trailer, and as she's watching it, she sees somebody with one of the weapons from the Monster Hunter games, and said, "Oh, this is the Monster Hunter trailer."
Yeah.
So it was recognizable by somebody who doesn't even play the games but knows of the games.
Yeah. The international trailer is way better. I do want to give that, like, the first trailer looks like it's military versus monsters.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
it-
got.
it's-
That's what I gathered from it. Actually,
Yeah, it looks like it's an Uwe Boll movie.
But
Okay, so
they've actually shown like the international is much more towards the end of the movie where they have accepted and they're fighting like monster hunters.
okay,
You
so
mean
now
like
we're gonna go.
giant
We're gonna go
weapons.
through the.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through the panel again, and we're gonna say if COVID wasn't an issue, would you go watch this movie midnight release, and what snacks are you gonna eat that day?
That's the
That
most
is pretty
good
good
question
then.
right there.
well, I'm
So
definitely
Ken,
not
starting
going,
with you.
I'm definitely not going to this movie. But if somehow someone gave me a free ticket or something, I would definitely sneak in snacks because I'm not paying.
That's what I always do.
That's
paying-
illegal.
I don't care. Who's gonna arrest me for that?
By the time we're not even going to have movie theaters soon because of HBO Max. If you guys saw that,
Oh yeah, all the movie theaters.
I don't want to
can't
have
even-
to buy HBO Max just to watch these movies.
You're gonna have to,
That's
dude,
so
because
good though.
AMC and stuff. They can't survive. I don't even know how they've survived this long.
No way. Yeah.
Like
Okay,
they've
so
gone
what's
8
snacks,
months
Ken?
without people.
You're losing
snacks,
you're-
okay,
You're losing attention, man.
Sorry. Probably just sneaking in candy like Reese's Pieces and stuff like that. You know.
Okay.
Maybe-
What kind of drink?
I'd probably sneak in a Coke or a Cherry Coke. Cherry Coke.
Okay. Cool. All right, Devin. Day one, renting Netflix.
It'll probably be a day one thing, yeah, just because I don't know, I like seeing the video game movies.
What are you eating?
Chipotle bowl.
In the theater?
Yes, I've done it before. I've gotten an entire
Pick up the whole
Taco Bell
damn place,
inside the
dude.
theater before.
A
Okay.
rotisserie chicken.
What are you drinking?
That new Mountain Dew that's cranberry and pomegranate flavored, which is delicious, I might add.
Ugh, I don't like cranberry.
I love cranberries.
All right.
That's it.
Bandana. Straight face.
Straight face. Well,
Gotta like
If I had my AMC like A-list premiere subscription, then yeah, I probably would go see it day one. I don't know if it would have to be a part of a subscription package. What am I eating? I like eating theater food, so I'm not going to be like you heathens sneaking
Popcorn.
like sneaking in your like Thanksgiving dinners and like. I'm gonna go, especially like the AMC's with like the super nice. I'm gonna go. Had a really great chicken and waffle sandwich.
What?
And I feel like the AMC theater also had a
AMC
bar.
has chicken and waffles?
Oh yeah. They have like AMC theaters with like super nice snack areas. Like not necessarily they bring it to you, but they have like high end.
I want some AMC pad thai.
The bar usually had a themed cocktail for high release movies, so I have to think like Monster Blood would be a cocktail.
Yep.
Probably go with that.
Yeah, they've always got some interesting drinks that they make there.
Yeah, so you're probably talking of the AMC line of theaters that it kind of competes with like Studio Movie Grill or
They're called AMC Dine-In.
Anytime they made a new one that's like over 20 theaters, one of their megaplexes, not necessarily like, I forget what the prestige, like sit in, we'll bring the food to you, and we have a waiter sitting here, and no, it's not that level, but a high up than just the popcorn. But yeah.
Cool. All right, Will, your turn.
Yeah, so I would definitely go see it in the theaters.
Okay.
So my snack, so it's got to be something caffeine free. So it's probably likely a Sprite or a variation of Sprite, which I just finished off a Sprite from Wendy's earlier. That was the Sprite, the limonade version.
Nice.
All right.
What do you get at Wendy's?
I usually go for the 4 for $4.
Yeah, good choice.
And
using this to spin it into a food conversation.
I've been trying.
David's just hungry.
Trying to get. They had almost nothing in when I went in there in terms of drinks. I love it because they get those really cool, like specialty drinks. Like drinks you only get at Wendy's. So like the cherry cream soda. Completely out. They also no longer have the berry root beer. Completely out.
Yeah,
but who was that was mentioning it? Yeah, Hunter in the chat was mentioning M&Ms. I've been really loving the brownie M&Ms, the fudge brownie M&Ms. Those are fantastic.
All right, Bandana, you come up with the conversation then.
Yeah.
No more food.
Next, let's get.
David
say
wants to-
mine.
David, what do you bring?
No,
I got
what
it,
if Monster Hunter Rise comes with a free ticket? Do we go
Dude.
play? Take our Switch? Do you take your Switch to see Monster Hunter? It's terrible. And what are you going to play on your Switch if you're not a Monster Hunter fan?
Well, how would I have the free ticket if I'm not?
Depends when the movie comes out, because it comes out March. Breath of the Wild 2, man. You know, it's gonna be out, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I would watch the movie since you guys were curious of what I was gonna say. I would watch the movie. Maybe not midnight release. I'd probably do like a Saturday morning where it's like cheap. And dude, I am a sucker.
$5 footlongs, aren't you?
I am a sucker for a big Coke and a big tub of popcorn and just like munching away, dude.
That is definitely going to be a popcorn eating movie. Like that.
Yeah.
That is the sole purpose of that film.
If I was taking my kids, I'd go and buy the popcorn and stuff. I'd still sneak in the Reese's Pieces though.
Yeah.
Because you gotta have popcorn. All right, Bandana, you come up with the conversation.
Well, I mean, we talked about this last podcast at the end was Doom Eternal, and they announced the release date.
Oh yeah.
Doom Eternal has gone all digital on the Switch.
Kind of disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah, I will not be picking it up.
They haven't announced.
Not all digital.
After playing it on Xbox, I don't think I was going to get it on Switch. Like, it's just not a good game compared to the original, or not the original, but Doom 2016. They dropped the ball on this one so hard.
What was so bad about it?
so it's a hard. I mean, first of all, this one had a very different feel. Like no one expected Doom 2016 to be good.
Right.
Like it just was out of nowhere that this was an amazing game. I think they tried to add. It's one of those things where they added too much. And, the things that I didn't really appreciate, like the first Doom 2016, like you can get a gun, and if you like playing with that gun, you can pretty much play with it until it runs out of bullets, and then you just switch to something else, or try to chainsaw and get more ammo. This one you have to be very intentional. Like each enemy has like a specific, like the big enemies have weaknesses. So when you're getting swarmed, you have to be like, I have to shoot this guy with this, have to shoot this guy with this, which is fine, but it's not as much fun as just kind of unloading on the bad guys. And then the other thing is they really pissed the story in. Like, I love lore in games, but the thing that was kind of cool is like with Doom is like you could be in the character and be like, I'm just gonna punch and shoot stuff. And if there's a story, like I'm gonna break things. I don't care about what the story is. This one, like they make you have to sit through the story, which just kind of takes you out from the character. So yeah, it didn't sell super well from what I've seen, or what they were expecting, which is kind of why I'm assuming they went all digital with the Switch one. Like it's a long time because it was supposed to be day and date with the other releases. I think that's a poor decision only because
especially like the gaming industry should kind of know that Nintendo buyers are a different breed, and we're definitely more like, I want the physical, and if they don't give us the physical, then what are our options? A $60 digital game of a year-old game that I could buy for $15 on the PS4?
I just don't think they finally went like, this just isn't going to sell well. Like even if we put out a physical, I mean that's kind of the thing, and they would have had to use the 32 gigabyte cartridge for it. Looking at the file size, and that's the most expensive cart. So you're looking at manufacturing cost. I'm assuming someone like had projections, and they're just like, the value proposition for us is not there to do physical, and we've promised them. So we just need to put it out in some way.
It is nice that they kept their promise, though. I will say that. I mean, it's nice it's there.
In my opinion, on the original Doom for the cartridge, not making it red.
Yeah, true. I would expect. I mean, they do have a relationship with Limited Run, like they have like Doom 64.
If Limited Run would actually ship stuff. I'm still waiting on stuff from them.
I ordered that. It's been so long.
Limited Run. I mean, as far as I know, like they do the best they can. Like, but
they've gotten worse. They've gotten worse over the
like strictly limited or whatever the heck they're called, because as soon as the sale's done, they start shipping out. I hate how Limited Run takes an extra 6 months. It gets kind of annoying.
Limited Run has kind of gone to a print on demand model.
Because so many people complained about, like, they announced a game coming out and people couldn't get it. They're like, all 5,000 copies quickly sold out. I wasn't able to get it. Oh, you guys are horrible company. It's like,
now everyone's complaining. This isn't limited.
It's like, get there sooner or stop lollygagging around. But I'm still waiting on my Streets of Rage 4 because really? I think they set it to the side waiting because I have another order.
Yeah, if you ordered something else, they package them together. I got my Streets of Rage 4
so that's what they're doing. So I'm still waiting for my Chex Quest.
Oh boy. Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Chex. It was after Streets of Rage 4.
Well, I was ordering Limited Run games. Half the times I'd forget. Well, I'm like, oh yeah, I got that. Other than Night Trap, which is the one that I was like, I just wanted for the collection.
Yeah, I think that's was with that. I want that on the Nintendo platform. It is.
I mean, I've got 2 copies of it. I got that one that I showed earlier, and then a regular edition. Those are both PS4 copies. I didn't get the Switch version when they announced it.
Well, they actually they apparently are releasing I think their first PS5 game. It's called Cthulhu Saves Christmas. Cross-platform.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into it.
I'm looking at it now out of curiosity. I'm still thinking about getting the Trover Saves the Universe special edition, but gonna probably wait just to see.
Yeah, EPS says limited run is terrible quality control. It doesn't buy from them anymore. Yeah, I guess I could see that. I guess they have as more opportunities came to them, and they're always like trying different things, like with their collector's edition. I could see how that maybe some of the quality control has gotten a little lackadaisical.
Yeah, they're probably going to be the ones that we're going to have to go to if they do a physical version of Scott Pilgrim.
I forgot.
I'm still like I keep forgetting about that game, but sorry,
Yeah,
David.
it's supposed to be out this month.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I forgot that I ordered the special edition Ori and the Blind Forest for the Switch.
Oh, yep.
I don't even know when it's being released. Sometime
I don't know either.
next week or something. But it's beautiful.
Oh, let's see when it is. I completely forgot about that too.
And Telebit says Samus is way better than Master Chief. Viva la Nintendo till my soul leaves my chest.
And Doomslayer could destroy them all. I mean, that's
Could Doom take out Samus?
I think so, man.
I would say Doomslayer could do that.
Why?
I think Doomslayer could take out.
But because he has access to a big gun.
No,
Doomslayer killed the devil.
dude,
like,
him and Master Chief go at it.
Samus has never had a chance to kill the devil.
Dude, she fights Ridley like every
Well,
game.
the biggest thing she goes after is Ridley. So what the hell?
Ridley might as well be a demon with wings.
Okay, then Samus does defeat the devil then.
I would say
not
Fireball is better than Samus, because at least he has to go after Andros.
I don't know, maybe Samus could pull a Batman on Master Chief, kind of be like the the underdog in a way, but still like scrappy and she thinks of a plan and pulls it out,
And
David, it says first quarter 2021.
Doomslayer just pulls out the BFG.
Okay.
And bam.
Well, right. I mean, if they're fighting in that universe, Samus could just laser whip and grab the BFG from him and shoot him.
Well, once Doomslayer fires the BFG, like not only is Samus done, but Mario's gone. Like,
What if she finds it first? What if she starts looking? Because I mean, she's always like looking for stuff in the tunnels and whatnot. She could easily find it first.
I just want to say, like this moment is like the highlight of my nerd life. Like, beautiful nerd moment of like arguing if the Doomslayer could beat Samus. Like, are we talking 8-bit Samus, Zero Suit Samus?
Okay.
Dark Samus.
She could beat
Ooh.
she could be beaten if she doesn't have the suit. I definitely agree that the suit is allows her, it's like Iron Man. She's like Iron Man, Yeah, she could probably win or survive without the suit, a little bit, but her hero aspect or her powers aspect is gone without the suit for the most part.
Not really. Zero Suit Samus is pretty badass.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Tony Stark knows how to throw a karate punch, but he's still going to lose to Captain America without the suit.
True, I guess. But the suit is literally inside him because of the nanites.
Okay,
Leading edge armor.
But if we're talking like our OG Iron Man before nanites were even a thing.
True.
Let's see. Suit is necessary. Master Chief is basically Captain America.
That is true.
Okay, Samus or Master Chief?
Samus.
Why?
Yeah, Samus.
Hey, I like Nintendo. I mean, I love Halo, but I think I like Nintendo stuff a lot. No, I think Samus is more versatile. There's a lot more options. She's going to stick and move.
We actually know what Samus looks like.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay, what about Master Chief and Samus versus Doom Guy?
Still no chance, in my opinion.
I mean, the thing is, like, Doomslayer just is strong and fast. Like, Doomslayer is going to beat Samus off the reaction time. I think he could probably do it with Master Chief as well. Also, Master Chief doesn't exist without the Doomslayer. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, on that note, guys, we got a minute left. Anybody have anything final to say?
This just means we need Doomslayer in Smash.
All right, so we can finally settle it. I will say this. I don't know enough about Doom Guy to actually have this conversation. I just want to say that I think Samus would surprise you with her intelligence in that fight. Just like I wouldn't, at this point in the game, I wouldn't be able, I have no idea what Spawn's abilities are because it's been like 20 years since I've read Spawn, but I know Batman well enough to think that he could take him out. But I don't know Doom Guy enough to even have to really register, but I think Samus is just, she's a scrappy veteran.
I will give you, Samus is smarter. This is just so much brawn going up against so much brain.
Yeah, well, sometimes Superman is just gonna punch a hole through Batman. What anything on you for you guys?
I think I'm good.
I'm all good.
David?
I'm great.
And just you think Doom Guy would win also though?
I'm already thinking of like a love triangle between all three of them for some reason.
Polyamorous relationship.
What if they all save each other instead of beat each other?
Yeah, why does it have to? Well, the first 5 minutes of any heroes meeting is a fight. So.
Well,
All right. Well, then, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. We'll be here next week, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll catch you guys later. Thank you, everybody. Intelibit, EPS, Ronald, Hunter. It was good to see you again. Of course, Veronica Castillo. We'll catch you guys later, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Nice.
See ya.